Hi and welcome to the Art of Tarot. My name is Stephanie and this is a reading for Gemini February 2021. This is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Mars. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for clicking on my video. Welcome to the ones who are new and of course welcome back to my subscribers. I work with Western astrology, just letting you know how this works real quick. I work with Western astrology. I work with the tarot cards. I also do work with occasional other divination decks. Today I'm bringing back the charms at the end of the reading after it was requested, and I will talk Western astrology while talking also general energies, and then in the second part of the reading I will go deeper into love and love relationship. All right, you find all the information that you need in the description box, and let's get started, dear Gemini. For you this month, I think it's very important to note the Saturn Aquarius squaring Uranus in Taurus, because you do have a tower moment here in the general energies, and I think there is some sort of realization moment for you that could be sudden, that is testing very much the reality of your idealism, of your ideas, of your higher consciousness, of your experimental consciousness. Also, that's all the Aquarius action, and for some reason this comes through really strong, even though it's not in your sign, but this square comes through strong with this tower, because Uranus is a very revolutionary, sudden planet, and there can be a sudden revelation, and I feel like you do have a sudden revelation happening here by the middle of the month, and that would fit perfectly. We have a new moon in Aquarius, we do have Mercury retrograde, and this is all happening in Aquarius. So it's very, very much about ideals, idealism, community, acquaintances, how we wanna really show up in the world and create something together that is of higher value. Also intellectually speaking, looking for new ideas, opening up to new ideas, learning about new ideas. And with this new moon in Aquarius, I think it's very much about, because we have Mercury retrograde as well, taking the old and transforming it, and also not just dismissing the old, because we are starting a new cycle within revisiting an old one. So it's very meta, if you know what I mean. It's like timeline doesn't exist. So we need to understand how to complex divine. That just came out of my mouth. That's weird. Complex. How we can combine complex thought. Combine complex thought, and how we can take from the past and put into the now, and take with us to the present what we need from the past. So it's gonna be very, very interesting here, because time will kind of feel like it's overlapping. On one hand you want to start something new, and on the other hand you're still in the old. So it's that kind of energy, but very, very big chance to really learn in a much different level, on a much different level. You're coming out of the Two of Wands. I think you established an energy of what you want to go after. Also an energy of passion, where you're like, this is what I'm drawn to, this is what I want to go after. So now how am I gonna do it? This is the Two of Wands, Dominion card. In the middle of that, and you're looking very much back also into the past, therefore, and I think assessing how that maybe differs from the past, or how that still is related to the past. Now in the middle of the month, all of a sudden it's like boom, tower moment. Well, that might feel all of a sudden too much, you know. Maybe you might feel like it's everything at once. Maybe there's a sudden revelation for you, like, oh wow, I'm carrying all this stuff, I can't do it, it's too much, it's too intense, it's too oppressive, it's kind of like controlling me, because we do have a devil card here as well. So I think there will be a very sudden, there could be a very sudden understanding where you see things for what they are, that they are just too much. and you're trying to set new boundaries. It's such a clear message here. 7 of Wands, new boundaries, standing your ground, drawing lines in the sand. Also, when energies come towards you, you can defend yourself, and you're really trying, I think you're really trying to redefine boundaries. Very strongly, out of the understanding that, okay, there is too much, there's just too much. Maybe you're just like overworked and you need to redefine boundaries. And you're understanding that you might be a little addicted also to the overbearing and to the oppressive here with the Devil card. I think this is also could be much about relationships, because we do have the Libra card here as well. We do have the Justice card. So it's really, by the end of the month, the emphasis on finding the balance. Finding the balance when it comes to real relationships, Libra card, finding the balance when it comes to compromise, when it comes to doing the right thing, when it comes to staying in your truth, when it comes to making decisions that are in your like moral integrity. Also, that's the Justice card, and that feel right for you. I think there is always a little bit of the Devil element, and you might even use it to your advantage, this Devil energy, to really force your ideas forward when it comes to this. Just be careful, obviously, of the Devil, that you don't get too addicted to that sort of dynamic, you know, because the Devil is always addictive. And I think it's also about figuring out, like in relationships, what is controlling, what is the right thing to do, how can I, again, complexly I again want to say divine. It's very weird. It's complexly divine. Something about complex divinity. God is complex. Well, yeah. Because everything is, and everything can coexist, and that's just sometimes hard to grasp, but I don't think for a Gemini so much. Anyway, so yeah, just make sure you can kind of picture that toxicity and call it out when you see it within yourself and also with others. We do have, a confusing situation here when it comes to love, I think, because you are really in the 7 of Cups, much in your imagination about a situation, imagining things, I think hypotheticals, maybe even letting yourself go a little bit too much into the illusion of a situation, but at the same time also trying to figure out why is it so confusing, and what to do emotionally, and what to feel. It's really like, what do I actually feel here? This other person, 8 of Pentacles, very, I think, concentrated on themselves, focused on themselves, maybe working a lot. Not necessarily turning their back on the situation, but I think they right now really want to focus more on themselves, but also not against putting work into the connection. I don't think they're considering it. It seems very much like they're considering it. You're considering your feelings, kind of in a confusing state. They're a little more grounded here. And by a little, I mean actually a lot, to be honest, trying to do their thing and considering like, oh, well, do I want to put work in this, and what kind of focus, what kind of work can I put into this? Mercury retrograde, it could be a person from the past. Capricorn and Libra is coming out strongly. 6 of Swords. Oh yeah, this came out first. Hanged Man. I think what is happening here is that you're both now in kind of a stagnating situation where you both need to really look within and find a different perspective within yourself, to free yourself from this situation, and to gain new knowledge by going into new ideas and by really researching and going into the unknown and finding new ideas. That's the 6 of Swords for me. So things have to be done different. Things have to be thought different, first of all. That's because the Swords is always about thoughts. And it's about exploring as well. It's about going into a new situation, also letting new ideas come through because the old ones don't work anymore. For you, this, especially if this person is a Capricorn, this is going to be much easier than for this person. They could very well be a Capricorn, really. If you're dealing with a Capricorn, this is probably very accurate for you. Because, I mean, they don't know how to feel feelings. That's just a joke. Of course they do. But 10 of Cups in reverse. I mean, they don't really let themselves picture this emotional abundance with you. TBH. And I mean, you know, that's just, you can make excuses for them, or you can just be like, well, whatever the reason is, because it seems like, you're demasking them. You're like, you understand them, you trying to understand yourself. You see things for what they are, especially with the Tower card. It's going to be like, boom, all of a sudden it's like, oh, that's how things actually are. It might be a little bit of a disillusionary moment, so be prepared. But I think it's going to be kind of satisfying for you at the same time, because it will help you here move into new ideas. Gemini. Powerful. So let's look at some charms. Music. You find answers in playing music, in listening to music, in making music. Maybe this person is also a musician, or you are. Wow, a lot. These are so charged. Speaking of charged, I think charging your batteries right now by doing yoga, by retreating, by meditating, all that good stuff. Very, very, it's my little battery, very, very helpful right now. Also clear insight, trust your intuition, especially, and trust your foresight when it comes to the feeling when things getting too much. This is attached also, and will help you open up your mind to new ideas. Very strong third eye indication here going on with this pin, the purple pin. It's the color, and the amethyst about the third eye foresight, spiritual insight by recharging your batteries. Also meditate. This sudden realization is led by love. So it is in the Crowley deck, for example, there is a dove with a olive branch in its peak. So it is led by Venus. It is led by love. This jade stone for me is Venus. So don't be afraid. I hear, don't be afraid of the sudden revelation. There is sexual energy involved. There will be a fair chance presented for you. There will be a compromise where both can show themselves. I think once this is demasked, it's really important to listen to music when it comes to that. Listen to a lot of music and love songs, and listen to the messages. I think you can hear a lot in music right now, gain a lot of knowledge. There is love, but there is also healing and toxicity in this person. So they are working themselves through stuff. There is a lot of passion, there is a lot of sexual energy. Again, the cock. A piece of work that is not your work. You know, it's not your job. There will be a compromise, I see, where both can show themselves, and there is a fair way forward. I like that. It can't be a divorce. Honestly, it can't be a divorce. If you are in that kind of situation where both get what they need, what they want, where there's a fair solution, it can also just be a step, an authentic step forward. That's the key card for me, because it's an authentic movement forward by the end of the month. It's coming with a lot of complicated stuff, but this card is most powerful and most valuable here, because demasking the situation and getting your answers through music, that is the most powerful here with this little gem, and will help you. Wow, strong messages. Gemini, super strong messages with the charms. This will help you very much open up your third eye, very much detach from old ideas, open up to new ideas. Energy will come back, insight will come back, foresight will come back, love will be established. Good thing I'm doing this before Mercury retrograde. Information is coming out very clearly. So yeah, Gemini, that's your reading. I hope this is helpful. I hope you gain some more understanding of your situation, and I hope you enjoy this video. So please give me a like, subscribe, comment if you did enjoy, and if you are interested in a private reading, then you can check out my description box and you find everything there. You can also follow my German channel that I am also uploading readings on if you're a German speaker. So thank you so much for being here, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.